And welcome once again, everyone, to the BIS podcast, broadcasting live on the Marvin Network. I'm Josh Green, the host of the podcast, and on with us today is one of our favorite guests. She's back again, and that's Jackie Martin. Jackie, how you doing, ma'am?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you today, Josh?
Well, I am just doing swimmingly because we've got you back on the podcast here today. And like me and Drew told you, now Drew's not going to be here with us today, but having you on is a highlight of, well, it was both our days, and now it's my day. So, hey, but I get to have you to myself now.
I'm so glad to be back.
Hey, we're glad to have you on again, Jackie. And here today on the podcast, our topic is map review. And Jackie, I know you're very familiar with this and knowing that what all you know about it. So we're going to dive right into it. Now, first off, Jackie, what is map review? Now, when I think of map review, it's kind of reviewing the map on my Google app so I can make sure I get to the right place. So, am I in the vicinity
Yes.
right there? Does that go into or are we
No,
going into
sir.
a different track?
No, Josh, this is a completely different scenario that tests an appraisal district. The Texas Comptroller's Property Tax Assistance Division Methods and Assistance Program Review, that's basically what MAP stands for, reflects statistics on the property tax code compliance of appraisal districts across the state. 2022 preliminary results showed 102 out of 128 appraisal districts passing all the mandatory questions for that year. So it's important, and generally appraisal districts do very well with the majority of the material in the map review, just testing our processes that we establish to ensure that we are following all of the laws of the state.
Well, man, I was way off right there. So, you talking about it, Jackie, what are some of the best practices, so to speak, to master map review?
Yes, Josh. The map review, it has been around for a while, and the appraisal district is tested on a map review at least every other year. And in doing that, they look at the governance of each appraisal district, taxpayer assistance, operating procedures, and appraisal standards, procedures, and methodology. Among these areas, it's just very important for the appraiser, the chief appraiser, and everyone in the office to understand what the map review entails and how it fits into the appraisal district operations. The comptroller looks at each of these areas to ensure that we are doing the things that we plan on doing, that we're meeting our fair and uniform criteria. And the PTAD website has a wealth of information pertaining to the map review. Reviewing that criteria before initiating a new appraisal year can really help an appraisal district. So I'd say the most important best practice for mastering the map review would be to really understand what it entails. There's various seminars throughout the year, and BIS is working toward just ensuring that we all step up to help appraisal districts to find the best way to operate to meet these standards. In addition to starting out your appraisal year, it's important for appraisal districts to verify all requirements are included in the biennial reappraisal plan that each appraisal district has to adopt each year. The biennial plan is actually adopted once every 2 years and involves two different tax years. And, whenever changes come about because of legislative changes or reappraisal decisions, amendments can be made to that biennial reappraisal plan. It's important for every appraisal district to refer to their plan often to ensure that their deadlines are met and the standards and procedures are documented that have been planned for the year. The tax codes and evaluation instruments from the maps really show the requirements that we're held to. And the biennial reappraisal plan is a document that should be actively followed by all appraisal district staff. Just as the chief appraiser and staff should be very familiar with the biennial reappraisal plan, it's important to educate the CAD board of directors, the taxing units, and the public on the operations of the appraisal district and how the map review evaluates those. All the stakeholders should be aware of the necessity for appraisal districts across the state to work in a similar method for the public good and to ensure that we're doing the job as the state would require us to.
Awesome. I mean, Jackie, you really know what you're talking about in this, and I know that you kind of worked now with us here at BIS. You worked kind of both sides of it. So, what has your experience in participating in every map review? What has that taught you? Again, learning from both sides that you've had now, and the much experience you've had. What has that taught you throughout your career?
You know, Josh, every map review cycle, different questions come about. And I think that would be the lesson, is just to know that with each map review cycle, you're going to be asked some different questions, and that typically there's going to be some questions that will be commonly missed that you really want to pay attention to. For instance, the CAD Board of Director elections are frequently covered in the map review. There's very specific time frames involved in the elections process, just as there would be in any election. And taxing units may need a refresher on the property tax code requirements concerning, the calendar deadlines that are there. Some of the other things that I've seen over the years that typically will result in a finding on the map review involve the information that's put on the appraisal district website. Certainly that's the most valuable education source for the public. And each legislative session brings new requirements to our website. BIS helps so much in informing the appraisal districts of the changes and effective dates on those changes. Any newspaper published notice that we're required to put on, any newspaper published notice that we provide should be available on the website as well. So I'd say, keeping the website up to date with current publications, notices, and also making sure that the mapping and ownership that's available on the website, and that all of these things are updated and current.
Well, Jackie, indeed. I mean, every avenue of what you're talking about. So, with you now here at BIS, so what are some solutions that we can provide here at BIS to offer assistance to our clients to help with the success of a map review?
Josh, there's a variety of services offered by BIS that assist in making sure that you have what you need in the map review. The GIS department with BIS Consulting is a huge part of the operation in processing deeds and establishing mapping protocol, or assisting an appraisal district in mapping to keep their records up to date, because that is a mandatory area within the map review. There's also customer service and public relations training that's very helpful and recommended on the map review, that each appraisal district offer these options to their staff. There's also a state mandated cybersecurity training that's offered by BIS that really does lay out what needs to happen for an appraisal district to stay out of trouble with all of the risks associated with cybersecurity nowadays. The BIS training department works toward providing these and other courses to allow as much information to come across as possible in areas such as the map review. The exemptions processing and special use appraisal maintenance, the deadlines associated with those are so time consuming, and BIS offers different options that help to keep tracking available on those types of projects. The BIS online forms and BIS mobile field application, both of these are so helpful in being able to see the progress as you go along for an appraisal district, whether it be their applications process for the year or their field work for the year. So those are two very good services, Josh. One thing that I wanted to mention is that there's help with issues that a CAD's facing right now at this particular time in the appraisal year. Our online protest portal and TNT calculator and website are some of the services that are in progress right now. If an appraisal district has any questions concerning those products, we want to be sure that they feel comfortable in using those. There's additional training that I can offer on 2525 corrections and the process that needs to move forward on that for the map review, as we always have changes that occur after certification. And then there's also state code and inspection date verifications that we can offer to be sure that the integrity of the roll is in place. We just enjoy being able to provide these services and products so that the appraisal district can move forward in the best way possible.
Awesome to hear, Jackie. And again, this is the person, if you have any questions, that you can go to here at BIS, Jackie Martin. Jackie, if anybody were to have any questions on whether to how to get to these programs, or how to run them, how would they be able to get in contact with you or anyone here at BIS that runs these? What would be their contact way of getting to y'all to ask those questions?
Josh, there's a variety of ways that you can reach out to myself or to BIS as a organization. Certainly, our website provides a lot of information and contact. Certainly, our website offers great information. And for myself personally, anyone can give me a call anytime. My phone number is 469-209-7844, or you can email me anytime at jmartin@bisconsultants.com. I'd be glad to direct you in any direction. I would be glad to direct you to the correct person for any of the services and applications that we offer. I feel confident that BIS can assist any appraisal district in meeting these map review standards. And, many of the map review areas can be verified with the current year if there's a finding on the prior year information. That's something that we can make sure that even if there's a finding from the prior year information, that we can get it straight now so that that could perhaps be corrected before the final report is issued.
Well, folks, if you haven't guessed it by now, or if you haven't gotten it by now, this is why we call Jackie the Golden Star here at BIS, heading the training department and doing a good job. And Jackie, we're lucky to have you here at BIS with all the experience you've had in the field, and now coming over to BIS to train and give that same experience out to our clients. We just appreciate it and the hard work that you've been putting into this.
Thank you so much, Josh. I enjoy working with other chief appraisers so much. There's just a lot that we can do to help one another. And in my capacity with BIS, I've been so grateful to meet the people that I have so far, and look forward to meeting others and being able to be another resource that they're able to contact when they have a question.
Well, they're great. And I know that's the answer you have to give, but I think I know the answer you want to give is that you're lucky and you are appreciative that you get to be on this podcast with me. Isn't that right, Jackie?
Oh, you know,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
the
Jackie
best
Martin,
part.
thank you, Jackie. Hey, I'm just kidding on that last part. Jackie is a great help to all our clients out there. Again, yeah, she's giving out her information. And if you have any trouble, get in touch with Jackie on map review or any kind of training here at BIS. Jackie Martin is the person that you need to talk to. Well, Jackie, I appreciate you
Thank
joining
you,
me today
Josh.
here on the podcast. Again, you're always a pleasure, ma'am. And remember, you don't even have to, schedule anything. Just drop on by.
Oh, thank you, Josh. I love speaking with you.
Oh, we love hearing from you, ma'am. Again, we've been talking with Jackie Martin here today on the BIS podcast, broadcasting live on the Marvin Network. For Jackie Martin, I'm Josh Green, and until next time, so long and goodbye.